Hello everyone, hope I am audible and I hope everyone is keeping safe and very healthy. And thank you for coming to this webinar. I am Anand Nigam, your host for the webinar today. I am co-founder of Survey to Connect, which is one of the fastest growing digital platform. And I've got my co-host in Joachim, who is a sales director at Cint. Cint is one of the state-of-art technology platform bringing efficiencies in targeted audience.
Thank you for the words, Anand.
Welcome, Joachim. Today, both of us, Joachim and I together, we are bringing this webinar to you. Though I say that we are together bringing this webinar, but we are maintaining very safe distance. Right, Joachim?
Yes.
I'm currently in Dubai and Joachim is in Sweden. So it's definitely very safe distance.
At least 6-hour flight, right?
True. And Joachim, I would like to tell you that we have got audiences today in our webinar attending from various parts of the globe. So we have got people attending the webinar from New Zealand, Australia, India, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Sweden, United Kingdom, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, and so on. So
it's wonderful.
It's wonderful, yes. And thanks for the digital connectivity that today we are all able to connect in this time as well. And a relevant topic for the discussion as well. So in today's discussion, we will be talking about digital research, the new norm which is getting developed, and how important are connected audiences in this kind of situation.
Sounds great. Should we kick on, Anand?
Sure. So we all know that the consumers are changing, businesses are changing, and hence the need for changing decision making. Many facets or consumers are changing every day. More and more consumers are connected. There are some countries where you will realize that consumers are connected 100%. And especially we talk about isolation, we talk about people being quarantined. But then in even those situations, I know that people are very well connected through their mobile devices, the smart devices. So we are living in an ever connected world. While people are connected, even in isolation, they are able to share their opinion. They are very active on social media. So isolation is only a state of their presence, but then they are actively interacting with people, interacting with their environment. What it does is it raises a lot of expectations. So consumers are expecting a lot from their environment, a lot from their the businesses that they interact with. And their expectations are to have very personalized services for them. So this poses a big challenge for the businesses, and they need to continuously evolve. Digitization is becoming a very important tool in this evolution because we have got connected consumers. Innovation is becoming even faster today. Global brands are competing with each other. It doesn't matter whether you are based in Sweden, I'm based in Dubai, or Yash is based in India. We are all competing with each other irrespective of the geography we are in. Today, we have got people coming all the way from Australia, New Zealand, USA, Sweden, and attending to this conference. So it's becoming very global playing field for all the brands and all the players. If we don't digitally optimize, if we don't change our business, I think businesses will struggle a lot. Hope you agree with that.
I agree.
Now, what it is doing is in the kind of decision which are being taken by the business, clients want everything to come to them real time. The decision should be made real time. And many of the clients, they are expecting that instead of providing data, instead of providing information to them, we should provide the decision to them. So decision should be predictive and automatically given to the client instead of client getting data or information and then taking those decisions. So it's a very, very interesting situation that we are in. And that's where the need for a digital platform, which we felt long time back. In fact, the need for a digital platform, we realized in 2015. And that's when we came up with a solution where we can provide customers access to information digitally. And we created this platform, Survey to Connect. So we are Survey to Connect, a market research and feedback management software solution, which helps businesses to get insights real time. Just quickly to give you a brief idea about our vision and mission, we want to become the first choice digital platform in market research and customer experience for companies globally. And our mission is to provide a platform which is self-service platform. Our clients should be able to use this platform on their own, and they don't need to depend on third party or external consultants to come and help them generate these insights. So they can generate the insights on their own and take a lot of decisions very quickly and cutting down on the time cycle. That's our mission. So broadly, we have got solutions in 3 areas as Survey to Connect. First area is in the customer experience. So we help organizations to gauge customers' experience. For this, we provide a lot of programs related to voice of customer. You can also run a lot of customer satisfaction surveys. You can also, in the survey, built in certain detractor recovery. So what happens if a customer gives a bad feedback? Obviously, the client should get to know immediately that a customer has given a bad feedback, which is done through our detractor recovery. It's real time, it's live. As soon as a customer gives a bad feedback, immediately it's relayed to the customers. Similarly, we have got a second module, which is around market research, and market research modules provide support on many areas, which includes brand evaluation, mystery shopping, product test, and so on, and we'll get into the details. And there is a third area, solution area, which we have got in Survey to Connect, which is employee experience. We provide organizations with a 360-degree understanding of their employees' experience, how happy they are, how unhappy they are. It gives a pulse of their employees on a very regular basis, which helps organizations to improve the level of engagement that they have with their employees. People say that if you want to deliver good customer experience, you need to have happy employees. So it's a third pillar is also very important part of our delivery. We'll focus more on market research because the subject or the topic that we are going to demonstrate today is about connected consumers, and that's very important requirement for market research. So Survey to Connect platform actually provides many areas in market research. It caters to many areas in market research. Clients can do mystery shopping using the platform, where their mystery shoppers can, on their digital devices, visit a facility and update all their experience about that facility using their digital device. The clients who have commissioned that mystery shopping research can see the results immediately live. Similarly, we can support product launch feedback on the customer Survey to Connect platform. Clients, if they've got the database of the customers, they can actually reach out to these customers by having some beautiful feedback surveys, send them by email, SMS, have them on the point of sale. There are many ways of collecting this feedback related to product. People can also do product benchmarking, competition benchmarking. So you can understand what competition is, what customers are thinking about the competition brands, get that feedback. Even if you want to launch any communication, you want to launch any new product. So ad and promotion testing is something which can be done using Survey to Connect platform. Easily you can have these ads in form of audio, video, or even pictures. So all 3 forms can be tested using the platform. You can also monitor purchase behavior of the customers. customer feedback is an important and integral part of collection through these surveys. You can also try to understand the needs of the customers and carry out any kind of dipsticks. Now, these are important modules which can be done using Survey to Connect. And typically, we were offering these services to many clients across the globe. And most of the clients used to come back to us and say that this is great, but then can we also have some way of reaching out to the target audience? Can you support us in this platform whereby it facilitates us in reaching out to the target audience? Because most of the clients till now who were using Survey to Connect could only reach out to the customers if they've got a database. Yeah, and that's where this thought around, can we create connected respondents who can be integrated with our Survey to Connect platform, and our clients can easily carry out these surveys by reaching out to these connected respondents. So today in our webinar, we'll be talking about these connected respondents. There are certain benefits which are there in the entire connected respondents initiatives, which is you can profile and target specific groups who are relevant to your business. You can optimize the cost based on the target segments criteria, and you can get real-time reporting. Amazing features which have been appreciated by our clients. It also offers, the platform offers all these services in very nice and easy way. So you can access global target markets using the platform in the connected respondents category, connected audience category. And the feedback is easily accessible to the client. The entire thing is done in 3 easy steps, and which we will demonstrate to you today. Step 1 would to select your audience. Step 2 would be to create your survey. And step 3 would be to get the respondents' feedback and analyze the results. Now, all these things have been brought to Survey to Connect platform in partnership with Cint. So Cint is a technology firm which helps companies to reach out to the target market in a very efficient manner. For a brief introduction on Cint, I will hand over the platform to Joachim. Joachim will talk in brief about Cint.
Thank you, Anand. Yeah, so just a very quick information about Cint for the ones who don't know us. We were founded in 1998 in Stockholm, Sweden. And the goal from the beginning was to let people easier access insights of products and services. So after a few years, we realized we had developed our own panel with people who was eager to give insights about products and services. And around this time, it was a lot of buzz around 2000 around online market research. So after some discussions, what the next step should be for the company, the idea of a marketplace for insight was born. So we started to develop this, and in 2007, we released of the marketplace with both panel management software and the software tool to start collect insights. So very quick is that we connect researchers or companies that need insights with insights. We connect researchers with panelists. So our vision and mission, our vision is at Cint is to be the true tech backbone for insights companies. We are driving innovation. We are finding new solutions for the needs the industry have now and will have in 10 years. Our mission from the start, from who we are today, we have always been a tech company supporting insights companies. We will never be researchers. We are helping all these global and regional insights companies to succeed, to get insights faster and quicker and with better quality. So you can take the next slide then. So So what do we have? So we have Cint has a product portfolio to support all these insight companies. We have panel management software. We have mobile survey capabilities, online and mobile tracking. We also have third-party supply where we connect to the biggest insight suppliers in the world. And we also have routing for this and API. So an example of the API integration that we have made with Survey to Connect, it gets really quick insights. You can send a survey in UAE, a quick, easy survey for a certain subject, and you can get it in 4 or 5 minutes. You can get responses. So this is the new way, exactly what Anand is talking about, how to get this quicker. And this is why we have focused so much the last 10 years of automated simplicity. And the next thing, it's kind of easy to make things automated, but then it needs to be scalable. So you need to, so in our platform, you can be a smaller research agency firm, or you can be bigger as Survey to Connect or other global brands, for example. And Anand talked about the do-it-yourself, and this is the new. This is what everything is going to be in the future. So everything we do is self-service focused on projects, on cookie tracking, on panelists. So you can take next slide, Anand. So here are some examples of numbers from the marketplace. So today we have around 800 different supply partners. So supply partner is not the same as a supply owner. So we have partners that have their own panel or work with brands that have their own loyalty club or patients registration or anything like that. So today we have 100,000 active registered consumers spread into 150 countries. The rest, 12 million new data points per month. We drive a lot through our system. It's the biggest marketplace in the world, and we have a lot of data that goes 24/7, 365 days a year. Next one, yeah. So just a quick brief about quality. In Cint, we have been focusing to increase the quality of insights since the beginning. We have talked about how can we get these frauds out of the system, out of the industry. So we can deliver. So the frauds attacking the industry. So what we have done is that we focused a lot of technology, AI engines, quality fraud score engines. So automatically before every survey, during time, we test panelists. We see their pattern. We see what path they are going. So we can easily see any fraudulent, so we can increase the quality. So this is one of the most important things that we are working. We have a specialized team just focusing on this part. So data privacy. We are a European-based business. Our headquarters is in Stockholm, Sweden. We are fully GDPR compliant, and this is important for all clients. If you are driving something from Australia or from Hong Kong or from Saudi, you still, if your client are European based or have officially have entities in Europe, you need to get insights that are GDPR compliant. It needs to be a chain that is locked for the whole survey. And the last thing that is the most important, the transparency. We have always been transparent. If you speak about quality, for example, we say that this is the bad quality, this is the good quality. We are not hiding anything. And with partnership, we see all our clients like partners, not like traditional clients. So with the transparency, you can get full access and direct access to all information about the supply sources. And this is also important when you talk with the end clients. So you're able to monitor and evaluate the recruitment source quality. But the best thing about having a marketplace and collect insights from is that you can spread out the insights. You are not using one panel that are focused on one specific task. So you can easily get a spread of your insights over, in some countries, 200 different panels. And this just using Survey Connect audience. So this was just a quick one. I just want to say something before you keep going, Anna. And if you guys have any questions who are listening, please send it into the chat, and we will have some time in the end of the call to look into this question and answer them as good as we can. Thank you, Anna.
Thank you for the brief introduction and assurance about Cint. And one thing that I would definitely say about Cint was the ease with which the software could talk to Survey to Connect platform. Because today we can give all our clients who are using Survey to Connect platform seamless access to connected respondents using Cint technology. So that's amazing. The platform also obviously gives a massive reach, plus the quality assurance. It's very, very important for many of our clients. Thank you. So now what we will do is we'll get into a quick demo. Like Joachim said that while we are doing this demo, if you have got any questions, please leave it on chat. After the demo, we'll come back and we'll try to answer all your questions. So let me just switch to the new window. Okay. So all of you can see, I think I'll go back one step further. So anyone who has got access to Survey to Connect platform can create beautiful looking surveys easily. We have already created a survey for our demo today, because the idea of today's demo is not to show how to create surveys and how you can beautify and how you can customize them. But it's more important to show you, once the survey has been designed, how you can reach out to the target respondents for collecting their feedback. Yeah, so that's the main part of the demo. So we have already got a pre-designed survey. The survey we have used to understand the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on eating out, which is the hot topic today when people are not able to eat out. So we said that we'll take a relevant topic for the survey. And it's a pretty short survey, beautiful looking survey that we have designed. I hope you all are able to see the screen. Joachim, can you confirm if
yes, it works?
Great.
Looks beautiful, Anna.
Thank you. So yeah, you can design beautiful looking surveys where you can customize the kind of questions you are asking. You can have routing instructions. So you can see that, any survey, you can have the routing instructions. You can edit the surveys and all. You can have logics around the survey. So if you want the survey to terminate at certain logics, you can do that. If you want the survey to go ahead with certain logic or skip some questions, you can do that. So all those things are possible in this platform, right? You can have many options related to languages. You can customize. I know today's audience is spread across from all the way from New Zealand to US. So question would be, what languages can be there? So you can actually have any language in this survey questionnaire. So you can customize as per the language which you want. So you want to select any language, you can do that. So I will come back to the questionnaire. Once the questionnaire is designed, the next step is to collect feedback, collect responses. So in past, we used to provide the ability to collect responses by hosting the survey either on the web link, or sending the survey by email, or having the survey link on the social media, or you can also collect responses manually using CAPI. So if people have got digital devices, agents can go out in the field and collect feedback. You can also send the survey link by SMS. You can integrate the survey with your CRM system. API integration can be done. You can embed the survey in your mobile app. You can have a field force which can actually collect the responses for you. And what we have introduced now is panel. So if you have the option of getting feedback directly with connected consumers, you can do that. So this is the new topic that we have introduced thanks to, and it's powered by Cint. You just need to create the survey and click on this panel. You will get a dialog. You start the panel selection criteria. Now, when you are selecting the panel, you need to also specify whether the panel should be using mobile, tablet, or desktop, or all three. So I'll use currently that the survey can be taken using a mobile desktop or a tablet. I apply these findings. The next step in any survey is to define the target segment. Now, it's a very simple, easy way of defining the target segment. First, identify which country you want to do the survey in. Let's use, left to right in the globe. So let's start with, say, Australia. We want to do male or female or both gender. I am selecting, say, both gender here. Age group, I will say 25 to, say, 55 years age group. How many completes do you want? Maybe you can have 1,000 completes. But and the feasibility, it will immediately show feasibility is high or low. You can also put, say, if you want, say, 2,000 completes, immediately the panel will say whether the feasibility is high or medium or low. So for even 2,000 sample size, it's a very high feasibility. Just for the demo sake, I will put 5 responses. Then based on who you are targeting, you can actually specify what would be the incident rate. And it's very important to specify the incident rate very accurately. Let's assume that we are going to people who eat out frequently. I'm sure the incident rate would be 80%, maybe not in COVID time, but historically this would have been 80% of people who would typically go out and eat. The survey length is about 2 to 3 minutes. Currently, it could be also a 10-minute survey. Now, what happens is, depending on the length of the interview, the rate will change. So for example, if I put, say, 3-minute length of the survey, you will see the per interview cost is 2.27. If the interview length is, say, 15 minutes, the interview cost will go up, because that's how we incentivize our panel members. So our current survey is about 3 minutes in length, so I'll put it as 3 minutes. You can specify the start date for the survey. I'll keep it as current because I will do a live demo of the survey today. Number of days in the field. Again, number of days doesn't have an impact on the cost, but it has an impact on the feasibility. So 2 days, or if you have got 10 days, the cost will not change, but the feasibility of doing it will change. So if, for example, we are doing 2,000 interviews, and if you put number of days to be 1, then the feasibility might reduce. So for example, if I do this as 1,000, and if I give 1 day, then the feasibility has reduced, but it will not change the rate. So rate is actually dependent on the incident rate, length of interview, and the country that you are doing survey in. So for our case, I'll go back again. Sample size is 5. I just give 1 day because I want to do the demo today itself. Okay, so once I have defined this initial criteria, I will click on continue. I can define the regions that I want to select for this. So in Australia, I can actually select each and every city that I want to survey, or 1 or 2 cities that I want to survey. I will leave it as of now. Let's do in all the cities which are there available. Have a representative sample of Australia, right? So I will leave this. I'll go to audience panel. Now here, there are several contributors to the panel in Australia who are part of the software connected audience. Either I can choose any specific panel provider, or I can just leave it as auto, then it will generate automatically the connected audience. I will continue. I can also choose profile. So for example, if I'm looking at interviewing people who are in the eating out, so I can go to food and beverages, and I can say that, select certain types of people here. There are several criteria for you to select. I will select, say, I participate in grocery, okay, not this one, or maybe, so people who travel. So people who travel on business, leisure, both. So let's understand dining habits of people who travel and people who don't travel. So we'll continue this. Next is you can define quotas. So I said we are doing both male and female. Either you can leave it to the quotas to be as per the panel representation, so that's possible, or you can customize it. So for example, I want to customize that there should be 3 males and 2 females, or I can say 4 males and 1 female, I can do that. Right? Similarly, you can do customization for age. So say 25 to 40, and then I've got 41 to, I think, 55. So this covers our target segment. I can save it and I can say that, okay, 25 to 43 and 45 to 55, 75. Maybe I want to have a interlocking quotas, or if I say that I want to have an interlocking quota between male and age and female, I can do that as well. I can go to interlocking quotas and I can select, sorry, profiling. I can use in the profiling variable. So you can create interlocking quotas. For that, you need to add more variables, which I have not added currently. Now we know for covering this 5 sample size, yeah, total cost would come to 11.35. Now I want to add another market here, for example. Now that market could be, say, maybe India. Again, male, female, target segment, I will put it as 25 to 55. Number of completes, again for India, you can see if you want to put, say, 1,000 completes, is it possible? High feasibility of 1,000. You can also put, say, 5,000, is it possible? High feasibility of 5,000. However, for the sake of the experiment, I will, or demo, I'll put only 5. The penetration, I will define it as, say, 60% for India. The length of interview is 3. Date, just 1 day for completion. It's possible? Yes, it is possible. I can add more countries here. So for example, I want to add, say, Pakistan. I can add Pakistan. Again, both you can have. I've not done other criteria for the target group too. I can actually go and do the regions. I can do the insight selection. I can define the quotas also by profiling, and finally the quotas. But for the sake of the demo, I'll just continue and I'll leave it on the panel feasibility criteria. Okay, continue, continue, and continue. Now for target group also, I will go and I will say age group 25 to 55, number of completes wanted 5, incident rate is, so 5, incident rate is 80, estimated length of interview is 3, today's date completion, and I would say 1 day. Maybe I'll give 1 day for this. 1 day to complete. Now I can continue to add more countries. I can go and add new group. So for example, I can add say UAE, United Arab Emirates, and so on. Say 25 to 75, number of completes 5, penetration is 80, 3 minutes interview, and say 1 day for the survey. So you can continue to add as many countries as you want. You can create a lot of target segments within each group, and you can create this entire survey. You can see the total cost of the study, how much it will be directly here. And then you need to, next step is for you to do is a confirm order. Yeah, so this is the, you can either, confirmation of order can be done by either issuing a purchase order. So if you issue a purchase order, you need to enter the purchase order details. So it could be for the sake 2356, job number 007, confirm and save. Or you can also, you also have the option of paying online using credit card. So that option is also there. If you want to save time, you can do that, or you can issue a purchase order, depends on your company's SLA, how you want to do it, via purchase order or by a credit card, you can do both. Now, as soon as a purchase order is uploaded, my team in the backend will review the purchase order and will approve the study. So currently it's showing as pending for approval. So someone in the background at Survey to Connect will check the purchase order and approve the study. So let's refresh and see if it is approved or not. Okay, so someone in the background has immediately approved the study. So now we are active and we can go ahead and launch the survey. Yeah. Here is a summary of the project. So survey has been launched. The survey is going on. It's active. You can monitor the current status of the project, and you can monitor at an overall level. So you can see target 1, target 2, target group 3, target group 4, what is the completion rate. Or you can also go individually and monitor what is the current status of the survey. You can go to target 2, target 3, target 4, and so on, right? It gives you an idea about your selected incidence rate. So currently when we were defining the project, we showed interest rate as 80%. So it's reflecting the 80% incident rates. What was the estimated and what is current? So what is currently shown is as estimated, but if it changes, so it will get reflected here. Interview length, we have defined 3 minutes. So this also shows you what is the actual interview length. Similarly, we told you that the price is dependent on the incident rate and the interview length. Now, if the incident rate changes or the interview length changes, then you will see a revised price which will be reflected here. And you will automatically get a reminder saying that if there is a change in price due to change in incident rate and the length of the survey, this is a revised price, please approve, and you need to approve that. So it's all automated, it's all real time, and the moment you approve anything, it starts processing the results. So let's see if we are started getting any responses. Oh, so target group 2, which was, I think, India, we have already completed all the segment, which is 5 interviews have been done. Target group 1, we have finished 1 completed. Target group 2, we have finished 5 completed. Target group 3, yet to start. Target group 4, we have already completed 1. So you can see how real time it is. So as soon as the survey gets approved, you can see the respondents. Yep, now you can see target group 1, we have done 3 out of 5. Target group 2, we have done 5 out of 5. Target group 3, we are yet to start. Target group 4, we have done 3 out of 5. Yeah. We'll refresh it once again. We are almost. So target group 3 is yet to start. Let's see which country where we are in target group 3. Pakistan, it's not started yet. Okay. Target group 4, we have done 3. So you can monitor it at this page, or if you want to look at results, so you have the option of looking at results also. So you can go on Survey to Connect platform, analyze results. You can get into question summary, and you can see, you can apply the collector filter here. Let me apply the filter. Based on the collector, and the collector was panel campaign 6. Apply. Yeah. So the moment you apply your required filter for the panel, you can see the results. These are the live results that you will start getting. You can even do cross tabs for the results directly. Create a cross tab. You can have select sub question. How often do you eat? Save. And you want to see by certain criteria. What do you prefer? Save. And you can see the cross tabs also. So you start getting the results immediately. So it's a pretty simple way. We can go back to the collect responses. It was panel campaign 6. So we have completed in target group 1, we have completed target group 2, target group 4, we have done 4 interviews, target group 3, we are yet to start. So it's that simple.
Let's check if we have more in Pakistan before we leave.
We can do that. So let's see if we have got target group 3, no. Not yet. So anyway, it's very real time. You start getting the responses and you start getting the data immediately. Anything else in connected respondents that we need to demonstrate? Joachim?
This looks good, and with the analyze tool, it's so easy when you got the insights. It's so easy to look into it and send it over to client to see how the field work is going. It's amazing.
Correct. So yeah, I mean, that's there in the connected respondents demo. Now the floor is open. I think we have done the main part of the conference today. Now we are open to any questions. So we'll start monitoring any questions if they are coming our way. Okay, so I have a question from Mr. Abdullah. How is Survey to Connect platform is different from Google Survey or any other survey companies? Most of the survey platform are more or less similar. There are certain advantages here and there. In Survey to Connect platform, what we try to do is we are completely customizing based on many of our clients' requirement, which many other platforms they don't provide. So the USP of Survey to Connect platform is the amount of customization that we have been doing for our clients. Also, Survey to Connect platform has been pioneer in coming up with latest developments, latest solutions in empowering our clients with getting live customer feedback. Next question is from Caroline in, I think, Africa. How robust are the profiles in Africa? Joachim, you want to take that question?
Yeah, it's depending on the country. We are right now, Africa and Middle East are the newest country. We focused for the first 10 years a lot of in UK, Germany, France, and US, and also China. But since 3 years ago, we started to attack this market too. So we have some of the countries. We have South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya. It's good profiling, but then we have some countries where we can help out to find the right profilings for the targets.
Thank you, Joachim. Hope we have been able to answer this question. Next question, it is very interesting question, Joachim, for you again. Is it for both B2C and B2B respondents?
Interesting question. So the Cint marketplace is primarily for business to consumer. So we have, this is the focus of the marketplace, but what we have is we have consumers that work. I am a consumer, Anand is a consumer. So we have also consumers that have profiled themselves as professionals like CEO, CIO, or CFO, for example. Or if they work in the pharmacy industry or doctors and healthcare, for example. But it's primarily business to consumer.
Thank you, Joachim. Next question on my screen is, how often the audience updated? We assume it is dynamic and the number of customers in the panel keep growing.
Yes, so we have these rules that if a panelist haven't been active in 12 months, we will not throw them away, but we put them, as we say, in the archive. So they are able to start taking service again, but then we will also do all the checks on them, like IP, ask about age and gender and where they live. So we only count someone that have registered or been active to take in a survey the last 12 months.
Okay, there is next question on my screen is this adaptable to African market? If so, how robust is the database? Can a nationally representative sample be achieved via this platform?
Yes, it is. And we have a lot of clients using the panels in South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, Egypt, for example, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco. So it's possible to use it for a NatRep. But what we need for Africa, it can take some longer time. And what we also see is that you need to be very easy on the length of LOI because of the internet connection in some African countries. You need to be very efficient. Otherwise, it's going to cost more for the panelists to answer the survey instead of getting incentives, for example.
Thank you, Joachim. Oh, very interesting question again, Joachim. I think we both need to answer, but I'll give you a head start on this. Is the Cint exclusive to Survey to Connect, or is it accessible to other parties?
It's a good question, right, Anand? No, I talked about that we want to be a universal platform, a universal marketplace in my slides, and this is exactly the same. We are not exclusive to anyone in the world, not to anyone. All market research agencies or clients or survey tools can use Cint. But in this case, Survey to Connect is our premium partner in Middle East and Africa, that we do things together, like the API and the solution that we have done together. So it's not exclusive, but we have premium partners. And was that a good answer, Adnan?
It's very good answer, but I want to add to that. If you go directly to Cint, you might get a different rate. But if you go via Survey to Connect, we get bulk rates. So exactly. That's a benefit coming via Survey to Connect.
So the benefit is that if you go together and buy together with others, you get better prices of volume. So you can compete with 4 big ones, right?
Correct. Okay, next question on my screen is, when we have to run surveys among specialist target groups, how easy is it to profile from the audience profiling sections that you showed us currently? It's very easy, I felt.
Very
Joachim.
easy. Very, very easy. And I think the people, the researchers that really succeed with profiling, they think outside the box. If you are, for example, heading for higher income profile, think about what do these higher income buckets, what do they do more? What kind of cars do they drive? Do they do stock trading more if you have high income? So it's not always to do a profiling of only one, exactly what you want, high income. You can make one target group with high income and one with people that do stock trading on a weekly basis, and you can reach more. So it's very easy, but you need to be smart and innovative.
And I would also like to add, the platform, the connected audience has got a lot of profiling variables. So you can definitely go to reach out to any specialist target group. You also have the option of reaching out to a specialist target group, the profile which is not covered in the predefined variables, by having the definition in the script itself. So while you are designing the survey script, you can have certain criteria mentioned upfront, which we call the screening part of the questionnaire. You can have it there, and then you can reach out to the specific target group which you are not able to define using the variables which are already existing in the connected audience.
Agree.
Yeah. What is the maximum length of the interview allowed?
It's a very good question. So as you did see when Anna demo, it came up some red text under the LOI. So for every country in the world, we have set up the maximum LOI for the country and the lowest IR for the country. Norway, for example, that is a very expensive and hard country for market research, you can only go to 50% IR because we don't want to protect the panelists. And the LOI in most countries are not suitable for over 35 minutes, but in some countries we do have longer LOIs. For example, the countries that have low connection, that have a problem with connection, we have longer LOIs.
Yeah, again, there, I think I would like to add, based on my experience, typically I have seen for online survey, a 10-minute survey is a good time duration to work with. Beyond 10 minutes, I've seen a lot of dropouts, difficulties, and the quality of response that we get is not that great. So I will ask the researcher to use that judgment. There are certain countries where respondents are okay to give 30 minutes self-completion responses. But there are some countries like you mentioned, and you have already got that built into the connected audience. Countries where survey lengths cannot exceed certain, it'll actually show you red, no-go zone. Okay, next question in my screen is, how do we calculate IR? Sometimes we may not have the data understanding to input. In that case, is it possible to assess that based on existing profiling depth?
So right now, it's not possible to, in survey to connect audience to see the profiling depth. So what you can do is to reach out to the customer success team that can check this in the background. And then we can see if let's say that 80% have answered the question, are you a mother? And we see that of these 80% of the Gen Pop, we know it's mothers, but only 40% have children below 5 years old. Then we can help you to find this. But from this moment today, we need to help you out with this IR. And it's also very important, the IR is, my experience is it's never going to be higher. It's always going to be lower. So you can always assume that. And it's better to give the worst case scenario and then get it better, because it affects the feasibility very much.
Thank you, Joachim. Next question is, how close is the census profile to the panel profile managed by Cint?
Very good question. So we have 150 countries, so it's 150 different answers on this one. If we look at South Africa and Sweden, it's quite good census data. It can be for South Africa, for example, it can be hard to reach the LSM 1 to 3, but it is where we have smaller panels. Let's say in Kuwait, for example, I would say it can be hard to find the census data. So this is something that we are building over the years, and the more people we have as panelists, the more correct census data.
Whatever I have seen till now on several projects that we have done using Cint, the profile that comes out is pretty representative, and we have covered several markets already. So pretty confident with that.
The big countries is not the issue, right, Anand? You can say, yeah.
Correct. Oh, this is not a question, but a comment now. Survey to Connect has intuitive crosstab ability that allows to not just monitor real-time survey completes, but get real-time insights. Very good. Thank you so much. I'll pass on the comment to the development team. Thank you for the appreciation. Next question that I have is, how easy or difficult is it to make the payment online? That option you showed on the purchase order versus pay online, can you elaborate a bit more on this? It's pretty simple. So the pay online option is you can use your credit debit card to make the payment. Like you would typically do for any online payment website. The website that we have got, it's fully secured. Sorry, I do not demonstrate because I didn't want to use my credit card for the payment. So I use the other option, but it's pretty simple. Try it once. It's very simple, like you would have purchased anything online. And I think all Visa, Master, all kinds of card work there, whether it's debit or credit card, they work there. Currently, this is the last question that I've got on my screen. It's a question for Cint. In case of automotive research, how do you ensure panelist eligibility? Any evidence, example, car registration, card collection, and so on?
It's a good question. Very, very good question. And this is one of the questions we get a lot about profiling. So one thing that is important, I will take this to another example. Let's say that you want to reach out to a specific SEC group in India. You can, under the profiling, find these people. But this is just a way to connect you to the right audience, to correct you to the right respondents. It's always the researchers that are responsible to check that this is the correct people that are doing the service. And so when you give your insights to your end client, you need to be reassured that this is correct. So what we do, we don't have the easy answer on this question is no. We don't have any evidence that you have a BMW. We only say, if they are saying that they have a BMW, we will say they probably have. But what you need to do in the survey is that you need to check and with answers and ask the questions so you get the quality that they really know have a BMW, for example. And do you have any experience, Anand, how you do that kind of projects?
Yeah, so typically we depend a lot on cross-questioning and making sure that the logically correct answers are coming. So if, for example, you're talking about BMW, there could be certain questions which could be specific for BMW and which you can use to validate it. But typically for online survey, we depend a lot on that personal validation, cross-questioning and all. If you require any validation, physical validation require, you can use CAPI, where a person visits and collects the required information. Yeah, so it's a methodology constraint which is there as of now. Hopefully in future with biometrics and things changing, maybe we'll get those validation directly online.
That would be great.
And we are almost running out of time. And the final question which we have today is, do we need to have Survey to Connect subscription to use this Survey to Connect audience, or we can avail this even on an ad hoc basis? If yes, how can this be done? It can be done on ad hoc basis. So Survey to Connect comes with several subscription options. Plus on Survey to Connect website, you have got a page on connected audience. Visit that page, you can plan out your entire study. And once you get a cost estimate and all for that study, you can actually then click and do it as an ad hoc project. So you have that option of running the project as an ad hoc project, and you don't need to have a subscription for Survey to Connect. But yeah, if you are not a frequent research user, you can use that. But if you are a frequent research user, a subscription cost turns out to be more advantageous, I would say that. So yes, we have completed all the questions, Joachim, and dot on time.
That's
Thank
perfect.
you all. Thank you
but
all.
Anand, if anyone have any more questions, how do they reach us?
They can reach out to us on info@surveytoconnect.com. So feel free to drop us an email and we will revert to you as soon as possible.
That's wonderful. And you find Anand and me on LinkedIn, and you can just connect to us and write anything or use our email addresses.
So our email addresses are there on the page.
You're prepared.
In front of everyone. Yes. And I would also use this opportunity to announce about our next webinar. The topic is very interesting and we'll announce that on the social media. The date has already been finalized. It's 8th July 2020. So please, guys, put it on your calendar and we'll bring something new and interesting for you in the digital research space.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, and hope to see you all in a month.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
See you in the month of July. Bye.
Bye-bye.